Hello, you are listening to my first podcast, a magical world of your daily sounds made just for you and your grown-ups to enjoy together. I'm Lucy. How are you today? In my first podcast, we listen to all the sounds we can find around us. There are so many sounds that we hear every day. Clunks, whizzes, plops, thuds, and beeps. Tickling in your ear sounds, and booming far too noisy sounds. Each day is filled with sound. And of course, we can make sounds ourselves too. Did you hear that? I am gently making a noise with my mouth by pressing my lips together and pushing out some air. Can you make that sound too? Maybe your grown-up can show you how to make it. It's time for our sound adventure. But before we start our adventure, we need help from our trusty bag of sounds. Let's listen carefully. Can you hear it flying in? Whoosh, here it is. This magical bag is full of exciting sounds for today's adventure. Shall we have a listen? Let's open the bag. The sounds are going round and round. Can you hear them? There are so many sounds. That's the sound of a car beeping. It's called a car horn. Beep, beep. OK, bag. Are you ready to pick our sounds for today's adventure? Let's close the bag and give it a good shake to mix all the sounds up nicely. Let's dive into our bag of sound and see what treasures can be found. A flapping flag, a swirling sea. Let's shake it up in 1, 2, 3. Ah, it sounds like something that's made from metal that jumps up very quickly. Let's have another listen. I know what that sound is. I hear it in the morning when I'm making my toast. It's a toaster. The bread jumps up when it's nicely toasted. Our first sound is a toaster. On to sound number 2. I wonder which sound will pop out of the bag next. It sounds like this is something else you use in the kitchen. You use this tool for cooking and baking. Do you know what it is? It's a whisk whizzing in a bowl. A whisk is a kitchen tool with loops on a handle. It's used to mix things like eggs or batter in a bowl. Thank you, bag, for giving us 2 sounds. A toaster and a whisk. Now we only need one more sound to start our sound adventure. And this sound will tell us where our adventure will happen. Are we outside or inside? Are we on a bridge or in a library? Where will our sound adventure be? Let's open the bag one more time. It sounds like we're inside. I hear a drawer opening and closing, a kettle boiling, and some clangs of pots and pans. I know, we're in the kitchen. So for today's sound adventure, we're in the kitchen with a toaster and a whisk. And this is Jake. Hello, Jake. Jake is in the kitchen with his dad. They are making scrambled eggs on toast for breakfast. Yum! I wonder when our sounds will pop up. Listen out for the toaster and the whisk. Can you spot them? Here we go. Jake made some amazing scrambled eggs on toast with his dad. They cracked the eggs, whisked them in a bowl, and then cooked them in the pan. Then they put some bread in the toaster and spread butter on it when it was done. Yum! Did you hear the sound of the toaster and the whisk? Let's listen again and see if we can spot the sounds. Shout out when you hear them. That is the whisk. The whisk mixes the eggs in a bowl. There's the toaster. The toast jumps out of the toaster. Did you spot our sounds too? Well done! What a great sound adventure we had. It certainly was a yummy one. Now it's time for us to put our sounds back in the bag. Off they go. And close. All the sounds are safely back in the bag, ready for their next adventure. I hope you join us again soon. Before we go, let's sing a song all about the sounds we heard today. In the kitchen, cooking away, making breakfast to start the day, cracking the eggs and then whisking them round. They pour in the pan with a sizzling sound. The toaster goes pop and it's time to eat. Breakfast can be such a treat. Listen close to what we have heard. For every sound we learn a new word. Quiet ones, noisy ones, whistles and clangs. Booming and whispering, crashes and bangs. Our sound adventures have just begun. Let's listen and learn, everyone. Thanks for joining me on our sound journey today. Hi grown-ups. We would love for you to share recordings of your little ones. Send voice notes of giggles and first words to hello@myfirstpodcast.club and we might use them in our podcast. And of course, please share photos on Instagram of your adventures using the hashtag #MyFirstPodcastClub. And if you enjoyed the show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more great episodes. You can support us on Supercast by joining the club. We love to hear what you think, so please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps more people find our podcast. Thanks for listening to My First Podcast. Till next time.